What is up, buddy? It is your boy Drift. I am back with Shinobi for another episode of the Overnights podcast. I'm going to go ahead and let him do his intro, and then we're going to just give you guys a little bit of a yap session again today. We don't have a planned theme, but we're going to go ahead and just entertain you as best as we can. So I'm going to go ahead and let him do his intro.
What's up, y'all? Shinobi radixan. Pretty much just do YouTube.
Of course, everything will be in the links in the description below. Make sure you guys check out both of our stuff. Now, I do want to apologize. We didn't have an episode up last Friday. That was mostly because I had some things going on, so we had to push it back this week. We try to usually double record for you guys, but it was super late and we didn't have time to record an episode that week. So we're bringing you guys this one, and from now on, like going forward, we will try to let you guys know when episodes will be delayed, and or we'll just continue to try to double record for you guys. We're both enjoying doing the podcast, so right now it's something that we both like coming together and doing. It gives us an opportunity to just yap for you guys, but also catch up as friends on this episode or on this pod in general. So, like I said, today's episode really doesn't have anything planned or any special theme. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk about some stuff that has been going on, whether it be us playing games or outside of gaming. I do know that. Shinobi did some activities outside of gaming. I know you said you went somewhere and stuff like that. So if you want to let them in on what you did during that time for those 2 weeks, since we double uploaded last week, you go ahead and if you want to talk about that, share that if you want to.
Uh, when? Oh, the like before last week. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I didn't do nothing last week. Uh, Nothing. I just went back home, chilling, getting out of this heat. Uh, but aside from that, we've been playing BO2. I think a couple of the boys got BO1. I didn't, cause I don't know, man. I don't have time to be grinding out, and it's not like I like grinding out multi anyways. I think I'm just gonna play multi until I get the trophies that are related to multi, and then just kind of stop there, and then hop on if the boys are on for a little bit. You know what I mean? But we've been grinding the Easter eggs for zombie because I didn't know, but compa Tony, he didn't play BO2 when it got released, which was crazy because I met all of them on BO2. To be fair, I didn't meet Tony until after BO2, so that makes sense. But I just, I don't know. In my head, like they would always like play together. So I don't know. It was news to me. So kind of just getting through the ropes and getting the Easter eggs done. We plan to do both sides. We just got done doing Richtofen side. We just need to all hop on to do like the end of the Super Easter egg on Buried, which is literally just push a button if you guys haven't done it. But after that, we're probably gonna do Max's side, and then after that, I have no idea. I like going for rounds. The boys don't. If there's no objective for them to do, they kind of get bored after like round 20 or something. And I get it. It's definitely a grind. I mean, I think it was last weekend. I got to the 60s, and that takes a while. It takes like 20 minutes to get through a round, and that's with like the paralyzer, and you're in like a campy spot kind of thing. With an actual gun, it's way longer. Like for example, I had the AN, and the AN took like a mag and a half at 65. So, and that's just to kill one zombie. So, it's definitely time consuming. But I like doing that kind of shit. So, I might like try to set PRs for the different maps, but I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't really played zombies at all. Really, I'm kind of like them. I like not that I don't like zombies. I just get kind of bored of just doing nothing. So, but I feel like there's always two ways to play zombies. You have your people who just casually play and like see how long they can like last or how far they get, and then there's obviously people who just rush through it and do the Easter eggs. So it's always cool to see the two sides of the community. Um, it's kind of crazy you say that Tony's never played. Did he like tell you guys that he didn't play like he didn't play BO2 like at all before this, or like he played it like after like later like kind of going back to play like I feel like some of us kind of like at least for me I started like in Black Ops 1 ish, playing mostly Modern Warfare 3, but I didn't play like Modern Warfare 2 when it first came out, so I eventually just bought it and went back and played like after, because obviously during that like golden era of Call of Duty, like all those games just still had lobbies, so I kind of just went back and played Modern Warfare 2, but I didn't actually like play it on launch. So is it something like that, or like he actually just didn't play it until this port?
But I think he didn't play it because I think he said that he never bought it. So
Okay, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. It's cool though, because like at least he gets to experience it. But yeah, even though you brought that up, for most of you guys watching, yes, the ports are out. Unfortunately, they are only on PlayStation if you want new servers, or at least protected servers. There really hasn't been a lot of cheaters yet. At least that I've seen. I know the biggest thing with these ports that was bad was obviously like the XP boosting thing, like the XP glitch on BO1, and then for BO2, I know that like the matchmaking servers the first like few weeks was kind of bad, but they've had plenty of updates. You can now join like in-match progress, more matches to find. You can also queue with people who don't have the season pass or the battle pass to give you all the maps or whatever. That was kind of a problem in the beginning, but everything else has been really good about it. Um, so yeah, if you guys are willing to play, yeah, PS5. Unfortunately, like I said, it's the only way you can play it. If you want to play on 360 or PC, you guys will be playing on the older versions of BO2, meaning that you'll just play on unprotected, really old servers that are probably still going to be filled with like cheaters and stuff like that. So they probably won't be legit lobbies, especially if you're a PC player. But yeah, my personal experience with the port, I did get it. I didn't even know it came out. We were at work when JJ told me it came out. I played it a few times. It's something that I definitely like pick up when I'm kind of like bored in the moment. I don't know if I could see myself like grinding multiplayer like that. I play it like here and there. It's not something like I really like sit there and play every day like I used to. I think that like time has passed for me in Call of Duty. But I was willing to grab it because if you have PlayStation Plus, it's $20. So I was like, yeah, $20 for like my favorite game of all time for me to pick up and play a couple times is actually like worth it. I could still, like I said, I still play it now. It's just not as often. I kind of like you. I get out with some friends that play, or like when I'm done playing my games on my PC, I'll just boot it up when I'm in the party with the boys. Just play that a little bit.
yeah, I've never been a fan of multi, so I I've never had the urge to play it by myself unless it's for like trophies and stuff because I like trophy hunting. Um, but they like hopping on multi and doing all that. So
Yeah, I get it. For me, it's like I like the multiplayer, but like I feel like it's like a nostalgia for a little bit. Like I can hop on, and as much as I love BO2 and I love like the game, it's not like something I can sit there and play all day. Like I'm good for like 5 to 6 matches, get a few levels on my like account, and then that's it. But like sitting there like playing all day, trying to get to like max prestige again, I don't think I could ever see myself doing. Especially just because I play like other games, so it's like kind of hard for me to want to get back on those games when I'm just enjoying other games.
yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, is there anything else you've been playing, or has Black Ops really been the only thing you guys have been playing, or you have been playing?
Yep, that's pretty much it. I've just been busy with work, so that's really the only thing I like set time for.
Ah, okay, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. For me, I've been playing like obviously I've been talking about it quite a bit on the podcast. I've been playing Deadlock. Um, took a break from. Well, I'm still playing Deadlock, but I've been rotating some other games in there. Like I wanted to play. I've been playing some Valorant against some Punk here and there, and I've recently started playing just some like alternative games, trying to get through the Diablo campaign. I'm on the last one. That's been really fun. I didn't think I would like it again, but then when they did all the updates and his new DLCs, I've really enjoyed the story. I don't know how much end game I'm going to grind, but I've been playing through that. I have yet not started my Power World after the new update, although it feels like I should have by now. But from as excited as I am, I like that game. But I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where like once I start it, like I feel like I'll be so invested in it that I'm not gonna want to play nothing else. But we'll see. I'm really want to do. I do want to start it soon, and we have the grounded update coming out here in a few weeks, so that is also gives me two kind of those kind of games to play. So we'll see how I invest that in them. But right now, I've been just rotating some shooter games. I kind of miss playing some like multiplayer games. So like I said, I've been playing Valorant, Fragpunk. I downloaded some. We're watching more Rivals. Might hop back into some hero shooters here and there, but we'll see.
I feel that. Speaking of that game, the Doomsday trailer dropped. Pretty excited. Um, I was talking to my like supervisor about it, or my old supervisor, because he's like a big like nerd like we are with and that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah,
But he says that he feels like they're just gonna kill the X-Men, which I can see it like probably happening like in the beginning, just to show off like that Doom, like he's standing 10 toes and shit like that. Um, because I can also see them be like, oh, this is like an alternate reality where like their Tony Stark ended up being Doom, and they're like not really believing it. So then he has to like prove himself and like shit like that. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm excited to see the cameos that they're going to bring in, because they've already announced a lot of people, but you know they they're good at keeping cameos and stuff like that secret. So
yeah. I actually kind of maybe agree with him on the X Men take. Um, I am also super excited. I'm for me, like I said, I think we haven't really talked about this, but like for me, when it comes to Marvel, I'm not like the hugest Marvel person. Not saying I don't watch all the MCU movies. I do, and I do like Marvel. I do like superheroes. I'm just more of a DC guy. But when it comes to Marvel, my favorite, um, you know, iteration or project from Marvel has always been X Men. I think that's my favorite part about um, Marvel is probably the thing I know the most about. I just love X Men '97, X Men Evolution. The older movies are kind of bad, but just anything X Men, those characters. That's actually exactly why I downloaded Marvel Rivals again, because I wanted to try Cyclops. I just like the X Men characters. I've kind of always just it's kind of funny because I like themed myself for playing X Men characters in the game without even realizing it. Like all my mains are kind of like X Men characters, minus Hella on console because she was like broken, and when I was thinking rank serious, like everyone played her. But like minus that, like I played Magneto, Magic, Psylocke, so those were just always like, you know, it's funny that they're X Men characters and they were my mains. But yeah, I actually think that he might be right. It's a little confusing to me on how they're going to iterate the X Men into this because um it seems like we're getting three versions of the X Men. That if that makes sense now, because now you're bringing back returning actors to play the X Men. Like this is like the original Scott from those movies, but in the original movies, his own movies, he died, but now he's back. But then in Wolverine and Deadpool, Wolverine was the only remaining X Men from his X Men. But then Gambit's from that universe, and he knows Wolverine. But then Gambit is with these X Men, so it's like kind of confusing to me. Like, what's going on? Like, are these gonna be like the backstory to how Wolverine's X Men died? Maybe that's what I'm guessing. That's what I
uh,
kind of think because, like I said, in Wolverine and Deadpool, he kind of explained that like the reason he was the worst version of Wolverine is because he was like drunk and he allowed his X Men to get attacked and died.
yeah, I think I saw Dante react to like a video of like the trailer breakdown, and I guess it's three different universes coming together in this one kind of thing. So it's the Fantastic Four, like their universe is one universe, and then
Yeah.
after Endgame, that's another universe, and then I can't remember what the other one is, but it's supposed to be three coming together. So I guess that makes sense if there's like three different versions of the X-Men.
Well, yeah, I get that because like we're getting obviously like we know that Wolverine and Deadpool are not from our MCU timeline Avengers that we have now. Like and obviously Fantastic Four is also from a futuristic or a past timeline because obviously at the end of Thunderbolts they like travel through time in the spaceship and that's how they get to our world or whatever. And like Deadpool in the beginning of his movie or Deadpool Wolverine, he like jumped timelines or whatever through the TVA or whatever to try to interview to be an Avenger. But then, like I said, that's where it gets confusing because on top of that, like then the X Men shit is kind of still confusing because like this is a returning cast but then it's also including Gambit with that returning cast. So that makes me think that this is Wolverine's like backstory to his Wolverine of how his Avengers died. Maybe that's why I said I don't know Avengers. I mean X Men. That's why I kind of think your friend is right because thinking about it, if they die, this could be the story that Wolverine was telling how his X Men died, and that'll catch us up back in the loop to why Wolverine and Deadpool will be in this movie. You know, like that'll be the reason
Yeah.
why. Wolverine wants to be in the picture kind of and get his revenge for the person who killed his X Men.
Yeah, I can see that. Have they? I don't think they've officially announced Wolverine being in it though, right?
No, but I'm
I do have a
assuming
feeling that they would,
I'm
but
assuming he is because what is it? When did we? Let's see. I think a few days ago. What was it? I think we went to go see Odyssey on Saturday. I went to go see Odyssey, and during Odyssey, I was watching like when we were waiting for the thing. I was watching San Diego Comic Con that just passed, and they did the Marvel panel, which they announced a bunch of other stuff we can talk about. That's kind of cool. Um, but during that, they showed the Avengers cast, and obviously Ryan Reynolds was in the crowd interviewing them. But then they got leaked like all the cast members that are in Doomsday, and it shows like Wolverine and Deadpool and other characters. So I'm not sure they're confirmed or not, but I would assume that they're going to be in this movie. At least Deadpool. So, but I think if Deadpool's in this
yeah,
movie, I think Wolverine would probably be in this movie too because the X Men are there. So I think they'll be there. I don't know, but everything gets kind of weird now because we're also getting another version of X Men in Brand New Day. So it's kind of crazy. It's super weird.
yeah. I don't know how all that shit works. I mean, they've been jumping through different timelines and universes and shit anyway, so they'll put some shit out their ass to make it work.
Yeah, I don't know. They did announce some other cool things though. Like we got like Black Panther 3 was announced with a new actor, which obviously is going to be kind of confusing because it's supposed to be T'Challa's son. So it's going to be a big ass time skip or something. Or maybe he's going to get dragged into this movie and be from an alternate universe and then stay in that universe and become our current Black Panther, maybe, or I don't know. It's so confusing. And then they announced that Ghost Rider will be in Doomsday and he's getting his own movie. So that's kind of cool. Ryan Gosling is kind of playing him. So, we're getting Ghost Rider Ken.
I just can't see Ghost Rider without Nicolas Cage.
I
Like
also
I'm
kind
sure
of agree.
he's gonna kill it, but like I don't know.
I don't know. I just see the memes every time. Ever since he got announced, I just see the memes of him and the guy who plays Shang-Chi and Barbie having a dance off, and they're like, "This is now
Tell
our
ya.
Shang-Chi and Ghost Rider." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, obviously that makes sense, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Those are the only big ones I've seen. Oh, they announced that Scarlet Witch is coming back and she's possibly getting her own movie, and then they showed some X-Men '97 stuff, and they did like the whole roadmap for a bunch of movies. I know they announced like Nova, which has finally been um, a highly requested character. We see that Spider-Man is getting another movie after this. I don't know if it's going to be Tom Holland or maybe it's finally going to be Miles Morales. Could be either or. It is an all black logo that's called Darkest Days. Um, so it could be a Miles Morales movie finally, live action, and then the actual X-Men movie, and you have the Daredevil season 2 and season 3, or season 3 and season 4, whatever it is they're on this timeline thing. But so there's a bunch of stuff Marvel coming out. Most of it comes out in future projects 27, 28. So it's kind of far away still, but Doomsday is something that we can be heavily excited for now. At least I think a lot of people are actually excited because I was just talking about this with JJ. I feel like superhero movies were kind of becoming stale for a little bit because we've got so much of them that people were like kind of like they were like oversaturated, so like they were kind of getting like stale, and some of them weren't like getting the proper flowers that they deserved, just because people were like I think when superhero movies first came back, or when MCU first started like becoming like popular again, and they were like doing good, I feel like it had been so long since we got good superhero movies that people were always excited to see them, regardless of how good or bad they were. Now we're at the point, 50 something movies later, where if the movie isn't like done correctly or really well sought out and good, people are like fed up with superhero slop, kind of, even though it's not really like slop. It's just people are just so, entitled to like, okay, we've had so many superhero movies and now like I can really tell which ones are bad or which ones are boring to go see or not worth going to see. But
Yeah, for me it was like how do I say it? I wanted to see the bad guys win. Yeah, I mean like me personally, Infinity War better than Endgame because it all fucking worked out. He did what he needed to do to save the entirety of the universe. And it was a fair 50-50. It's not like he excluded himself out of the snap and was like, oh, me, I'm going to keep myself good and like my people good. No, it was like straight 50-50. This is for the betterment of everything. And the Avengers was like, nah, I don't think we should be doing that. And then they go back and then they ruin everything. And then Doom, if they're still going from like the comics and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be him being like, well, I saw the future. The only future where everybody is in peace is when I'm ruling, and that's what I'm trying to do, kind of thing. So I hope they take that route, and I hope they split it. Well, not necessarily split it, but like have Doom win in the end, and then the aftermath like of that kind of thing. That's why I like stopped caring because after Endgame, if you're just gonna bring everybody back, then who cares if they die off? Who cares if they just like stop showing up? Because eventually they're gonna be brought back anyways, and it just got boring for me.
yeah, yeah, I agree with that actually. That makes sense. I think that's why I also like DC a little more. They're more like realistic and darker, and sometimes the superheroes don't always win, or the heroes don't always win. So it's kind of like a refreshing taste to the storyline. But overall, I just think, yeah, people have like different opinions for why they don't like it. That's kind of like what happened with like the Supergirl movie. I went to go see the Supergirl movie. I didn't think it was like actually that bad. I think people, like I was telling, again, we were talking about JJ because he was asking what I thought about it, and I told him I thought it was actually like a pretty decent movie. I didn't think it was as bad as what people said it was. Do I think it was better than Superman? No. But I think um here's what I meant, like what I mean by what I'm saying, what I'm about to say is I think this movie gets, or that movie specifically, got a lot of hate because it was definitely a origin story kind of in a way, which we haven't had one of those in a superhero movie for a long time. And that's probably some of people's biggest gripes. I think that's why Spider-Man is so successful, or Tom Holland Spider-Man, is because we skipped the whole origin story thing. He was just Spider-Man. I think that's why Superman was really good. It just started off and he was already Superman. There was no Clark Kent backstory. There was no teenage year backstory. It's just, this is Superman. Here, you know who he is. Let's pick up where everyone knows. But with Supergirl, with it being her first time on the big screen, you kind of have to pick up a. There's some characters warrant a backstory. Some characters need to be built, and I think with Supergirl, since it was her first ever solo movie, like for the most general public, you only know that's Superman's cousin. So them explaining, Argo after Krypton, which a lot of people, look at that and they're like, why did they change the story of Krypton? But if you don't ever read Women of Tomorrow, or you don't know a lot about Supergirl in general, you wouldn't understand what Argo is. But that's like a really important thing because like without Argo, like we wouldn't have ever figured out why Kryptonians are weak to kryptonite. Like that's the whole beginning of kryptonite. That's how the planet discovers kryptonite. So people kind of have to realize that that's like an important piece of a backstory that needs to be on the big screen. But yeah, I think people are just like fatigued of certain aspects of superhero movies. So I'm glad that Avengers and Spider Man are bringing back the hype.
Yeah, I got high hopes for both.
Yeah. Speaking of Spider Man, I don't know if you've been seeing the meme going around about the dude who like spoiled um Sadie, what is her name? Sadie Sink's character, the girl from Stranger Things. It's funny. She like kind of leaked who she was because like it got kept secret like the whole time. Like no one could figure out what character she was. Like not even from the trailers. Like people had like a guess that she might be this character or a guess that she might be this other character. But it was funny because Valkyrie, if you guys like, I'm pretty sure you know her. Other people, you know, obviously the famous streamer YouTuber. She got to host the red carpet, and she was interviewing someone. I forget who it was, some famous dude, and she like asked like what his like favorite character or part of the movie was, and he like literally spoiled who her character was. I don't want to say it because I want people to be surprised, but it's funny that he like spoiled like the biggest thing that everyone was guessing. So now, for a majority of the mass amount of people, kind of got that shit spoiled and know who that character is.
Hell yeah. This is for Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's why I know you. I know you
That's
probably haven't
tough.
seen it, so I don't want to say it, but yeah, if you guys are wondering, just go look up the guy spoiled it a whole day before, so or a whole few days before the release. So it's probably like the
That's
biggest
tough.
biggest part of the movie just got spoiled.
Yeah, that's tough. Doesn't I'm pretty sure Tom Holland and the guy that plays Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, I think is his name. They both have like a track record of just like leaking shit.
Yeah,
So I'm surprised neither of them have like slipped anything.
yeah. The Mark Ruffalo one was funny. He like leaked that everyone died in Infinity War,
Yeah,
and then obviously Spider Man like leaked the whole script and title of the next Avengers movie.
yeah, like insane. I think that's why they give them fake scripts. It was in some interview. I can't remember like when, but they're apparently they get like a different script every day.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't know how it goes, but yeah. I mean, leaking. I think it's funny if you like leak your own movie, I guess, but like
Yeah,
leaking an Avengers movie is kind of crazy. They're probably gonna get insane like punishment for that. I guess I don't know.
yeah. I don't know how that shit will work on the back end.
But yeah. So that those yeah, I am excited for those two. Obviously, I skipped over. I did see Odyssey. I don't know if you were interested in seeing that movie. Um, Christopher Nolan kind of just doesn't miss. Uh, it's a really good movie. I think it's a little bit of a slower pace movie than people were probably expecting. But if you like read the book, you obviously know it's not like super action packed, but it has enough action scenes in it to still justify it being kind of an exciting movie. It really reminds me of a Lord of the Ring esque pace movie. I mean, you're probably gonna, you're not probably actually, you're gonna be sitting down for 3 so hours. So it was a very good story. Matt Damon and a lot of the cast did a good job. We obviously got to see some actors from Spider Man be in that as well, including Tom Holland. So it was actually a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, we wanted to go see it, but we wanted to see it in IMAX, and that shit was sold out. So that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of controversy for that now. I mean, um, Christopher Nolan, this is like his third or fourth movie in IMAX, where it makes a big difference when you watch it in IMAX. Um, we obviously seen the regular version. I didn't see it in IMAX either. It is very hard to see it on the 70 IMAX. It's considering that there's not a lot of theaters that can do that. So there's like about like 30 or 40 so total theaters. I think in the U.S. that do that. I think they said or something like that. So it's like
That's kind of
it's
crazy.
an absurd number. And obviously, when it's an absurd number of minimal theaters like that, the amount of showtimes are probably just instantly sold out. I think, if I remember right, I don't know about Arizona's, but I know like in California they are like sold out like all the way until like the next like the whole runtime I think is already sold out. I think the movie's gonna be I think it's gonna be in the movie theaters until August, I think, and I think every single
That's kind
showing.
of crazy.
No, I think it's September. Yeah, September or sometime late August. I think maybe early September that the movie is gonna be in movie theaters at IMAX, and it is like completely sold out. Like you cannot like buy a ticket no more unless it's like a repurchased like ticket. And you know what's crazy is people are actually like flipping those tickets. Like people like excessively bought multiple tickets to like try to flip them. So I would be careful going to do that. There's probably hella people scamming on eBay and stuff like that. So yeah, but I highly recommend if you can't see it in IMAX, I'd say go to the movie theaters and see it. I mean, it was a great score. It was a good movie. Um, if you have the opportunity to see it in IMAX, go ahead and do that as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll see it eventually. Um, it wasn't like on my list of like, oh shit, like I really need to see it kind of thing. Shout out Christopher Nolan because he do make bangers. Um, but I don't know, the cast was just like all over the place for me, and it's very like Christopher Nolan esque. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, like this is one where I feel like I can hold off and like wait on it.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree. As much as it's like a good movie, I would say it's like a 10 out of 10. Obviously, the critics rated it like a 95%. It's one of his best movies. I feel like as he keeps going, movies keep getting better. Um, it is very Oppenheimer esque, like where the cast is just all over the place. I mean, we're talking he brought back Anne Hathaway. He's got Robert Patterson, Tom Holland. The guy that plays Punisher, Matt Damon. A bunch of big actors outside of that are in the movie as well. So it's like a big cast, and he just brings them all together and creates this, you know, the world of Odyssey. But if you're not like really a big fan of one Greek mythology or mythology in general, I don't feel like this movie would be super attractive to you at all. Or if you just never read the book in school or know anything about the book, it can be confusing at times what's going on. The movie does a good job of explaining, you know, it as much as they can without you having to read the books. But obviously, the whole story is just every piece of the book in order, pretty much. So it's like for me, like, and my brother and our friend Isaiah who went with us, we watched the movie, and a few other friends. Like for us, it was easier to like know what's coming up or like know what's about to go on because we obviously just remembered the book. So and we all like Greek mythology, so it was like super simple. Like I knew like what was coming next or what was eventually going to happen, but it was cool.
Yeah, I don't even think they read the Odyssey anymore, like in schools. Because my cousins, they like have heard of it, but they've never read the book. I was like, do they not do that no more? They're like, no. Well, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's funny that you bring that up because for me, I remember my first experience like that was for me. I think I don't remember what grade it was. I want to say like eighth or maybe freshman year. Like Outsiders was like still in the curriculum, and now like people don't even read Outsiders because it's like too much, I guess, gang related or like too graphic, which is kind of crazy because they're not really like. I mean, they're gang members because they're like like greasers and the rich people or whatever. But like, yeah, that was like my first experience with that book. So now to hear you say that they don't even read Odyssey is kind of crazy because I remember like the biggest books I read in school. Um, Obviously was like Outsiders, The Odyssey, and The Great Gatsby. Those were like ones that I feel like everyone read. In between there, like I only had one teacher who changed the curriculum, and we read Percy Jackson, which is what made me like the Percy Jackson books. But other than that, those other three I said were like the main, like the ones of I read in school. I don't know about you, but I just vividly remember like actually reading those and or seeing the movies to all those in school.
Yeah, even movies, I feel like they don't show anymore in class, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Yeah, for me, like I said, I remember, like I said, we read. I know for sure this was like I think like 10th grade. I think I know. I remember. I think we read The Great Gatsby, and then we watched like the actual movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and the guy that played the first Spider-Man. I can't think of his name right now. Fuck. Either way, we watched.
Toby,
Yeah, Toby. Yeah, I don't know his last name, but yeah, we watched that movie, which was actually a really good movie too.
I don't think we saw the movie, but we for sure read the book.
Book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing? We'll change up for movies now. What have you been planning to do for content? Have you been thinking about ideas to do content? I know you were in the middle of recording a gameplay last after the one you updated for your channel now, but has there been any new ideas? Like we could talk content a little bit. Any ideas sparked up?
Nothing just because of time. Like I haven't even sat down to like edit.
Edit or record?
And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's mainly because the Easter eggs they're taking up time, and I mean props to myself because I used to have this like what's the word? I guess like guilt for playing games just to play games instead of like record. So even if we were like playing Apex, I would like have to record. And it wasn't because it was I don't know. I just felt like even if I knew I wasn't gonna do like a video on it, it felt like wrong to not be recording while playing the game. Even doing like solo, just like a story mode game, sitting down and just enjoying it for myself. That I still can't do like to this day, but at least now with multi, I'm good with that, and I could like sit down with the boys for a couple hours, play, and just like play to play rather than play and then maybe make a video out of it. I mean, it got to the point where I was just so used to recording where if I knew that we weren't gonna be, or if I knew I wasn't gonna make a video out of it, I wouldn't play the game with them, which is kind of shitty. But you just get into this like grind mindset of like constantly needing like content or uh, needing stuff that's engaging, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, uh, but yeah, I haven't sat down to like actually record anything, and it's really just because of time. I'm trying to put in the OT because I don't know if I mentioned it, but I won another pair of tickets to a concert in Japan. So I'm trying to save up for that and then hopefully be able to go. Right now, I'm kind of like on the fence with it. Um, and then Miggy also wants to go, but we had originally planned to go. I think it was in March. They wanted to do, I think it's Hololive Fest or Holofest. I don't know. But that's in March. So it's going to be like way ahead of schedule because this is going to be in December. So I don't know. Still on the fence with that. So I'm trying to rack up OT to see what I can do. Because if I got to do it solo, I'll do it solo. I know a lot of people are probably a little too scared to travel solo, especially if you're going like that far and to a place where you don't speak the native tongue. But I don't care. I'll thug it out. I can I can make do with the little Nihongo that I know.
Yeah, that's cool. I think what you said about the content, I totally understand where you're coming from. I think it's fine. It's cool that you found like the freedom to be able to play things without having to do that. Um, I've pretty much been in your shoes. That's kind of what I was when I first was like getting ready to stop playing Madden on YouTube. I feel like that everything you just said is everything that I went through. I got to the point where I felt like guilty not making a video or recording, but then when I would get on to like record Madden and then it had its own frustrating loop on top of it. Like when you're like doing something for like it feels like a requirement or a job, it also sucks the fun out of the game. So just constantly being on that one game is like the same thing that happened to me with everything you're explaining. Like I would feel guilty if I'm playing the game without making videos on it, or I would feel like the need to have to get on to make a video because those were my videos that did the best. So I wanted to just stick to doing those, but then initially now it's like kind of just killed the game for me. Like the last like three Maddens, I just don't play now. Like I play with my friends, when they're on, because I always like a piece of me will always like football. So I like watching, I like playing a little bit, but I don't play Ultimate Team or anything like that no more. So I just play less and less every year, and that was something that affected me, I guess, because of the content and because I just kind of like grew out of the game. Um, I we have like similar, like I said, problems, and then for me it was like I didn't have problems playing other games. I had problems finding a way to want to make videos on other games. So that was probably like my biggest thing. But I am like you now. Like now I'm at a point where I'm like free. Um, I haven't streamed in a while. It's been like almost a month. I haven't streamed because I've just been enjoying games on PC, and I kind of want to figure out what games I want to play. Um, the thing with me right now, I think my next, I guess, problem would be like trying to over plan what I want to stream or what I want to play. And I think in my head, I think I have to just stream this one thing. But now I just been like, last few days, I just been playing a bunch of games. Like after Deadlock, like I told you in the beginning of the podcast, I have these other games downloaded that I'm getting on to play. So I think I'm just going to start doing variety streams and YouTube videos. When I get a game plan or cool FPS game I'm playing, I'm just gonna try to throw it up on my channel. If it does good, it does good. If I like it enough to make more episodes on it, I will. Obviously, I'm playing Deadlock a lot. People ask me why I don't make videos on that. Um, it's kind of hard. I feel like MOBAs are just like as much as like I'm okay at the game. I'm like a middle rank at the game. I can like I think that doing full gameplays on that is kind of boring when it's not exciting, and not every game I play is like a high kill game in a MOBA. So I think maybe I could just stick to doing highlights like I'm doing for my YouTube and just streaming the games fully to stream them. And then if I end up maybe getting a crazy game, maybe uploading like one or here, like one or two, maybe like so often, like one offs kind of. Pretty much what I did. I do have a YouTube video coming up soon for Marvel Rivals. Like I said in the beginning, the reason I got back on Marvel Rivals was to try Cyclops. I ended up getting a crazy game. I'm gonna try to get like a few other cool games for you guys, maybe like two or three to put in a video and just talk about me like in the character. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going. I think I'm going to start uploading YouTube videos here and there and streaming. I'll probably start streaming regular again and just like stick to actually variety streaming, because I think the thing that was holding me back was that I thought I had to stream like only one game, but I feel like I just don't need to do that now. I need to just go live and play what I want to play and not worry about trying to like grow off of one game.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm at right now. Plus, I just think like playing more games is just, I guess, fun. I guess in a way, like it just. I wasn't playing a lot of games because I didn't have a lot of people to play with, but I think now I'm just to the point where like if I want to play something, then I need to just play it, because then it becomes like to the point where you miss something, and you wish you would have played more, and I just don't want that to happen. Like, so it's like the thing that happened like with a bunch of games for me, honestly. Like Rogue Company, I liked it a lot. All my friends stopped playing. I kept playing for like a month or two after, and then I stopped playing, and now like the game is not really around anymore. And now I'm just thinking like, wow, like I wish I would have played more when there was a big player base. Like I should have just kept grinding rank by myself, or like finding different people to play, or finding like LFGs to play with. That's kind of how I was with Deadlock. I played with my friends, but then when they weren't on, I was just LFGing a lot. Same thing with Destiny. I feel like now that I've grown to LFG and just find people to play with, if I don't have friends to play with, or even solo queue more, it just gives me the freedom to like play those games and not miss out on them.
Yeah, that's how I am with Apex. They all kind of just stopped playing it, but I've liked Apex since the beginning, so I always play it through the like different events and stuff. Definitely not as much as I did before,
Mm,
but I still try to get on there and at least get like plat.
yeah. Speaking of Apex, they have a cool update coming out now. I think they just collabed with Cyberpunk, the anime and game. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's more
Yeah,
towards the
yeah, yeah.
anime though. I think the skins they're getting are more towards the anime. I don't think it's more of the game. I think it's the anime. It's more off the anime, which is still either way kind of cool. Speaking of Apex, I also recently, not recently, but like a probably like a month or two ago, I did try it on PC after they did the overhaul to mouse and keyboard. Um, they made a lot of the they changed a lot of the aim in the game, so like the guns have like better recoil and stuff, so they can combat with aim assist being so strong. It felt really smooth. Aim assist is still really strong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, um, I think hip firing in that game is on controller with the R9 and stuff up close is just a little bit overtuned. You kind of just get input diff, but I feel like that has always been a problem on PC or on Apex. But I think from now that I played both, um, the thing that control players, the control players get a majority of the hate, but I think on PC the ARs and the hemlock and stuff from far away are just way more punishing than a controller. Like I have so much more freedom, or there's more like recoil control for those long range weapons on PC. So I can see where like PC has its advantages too, and obviously movement on PC is just way better. Like I mean, you can just excessively do things that you just can't do on console, or you can do on console, but it's just way more difficult to do, like super gliding and stuff. Like that stuff is just way harder to do on controller, way more input. I can't do any of that shit. But either way, like I see the differences between both. But yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to play Apex, I'm just throwing it out there. I'd be down to play. I know they don't play as much. I'd be down to hop on and play. I actually liked playing on mouse and keyboard. Um, my friends don't really like playing on mouse and keyboard, like Gabe and Vic, and then they like when they hop on, they just instantly plug in their controller. But me, I just wanted to try the mouse and keyboard. I want to stay committed to playing mouse and keyboard. I feel like that's also why I took a break this last month from streaming because although I've had my mouse and keyboard for a few months playing games like Deadlock and stuff, I'm still like new to mouse and keyboard, so like gameplay it doesn't feel like is exciting. But same thing why I don't make videos. But now I'm getting there. Like I actually feel like I'm in a confident spot where I'm dropping a lot of kills, and now that I've been playing keyboard for so long, now it's like it feels like I'm finally getting there.
Yeah, and they're aside from the event because the event's going on. I think it dropped like 2 weeks ago. Um, but they're I don't know if it's like a new season or something, but there's supposed to be an update for like centered around Bloodhound. So now they have like corrupted attachments. I don't know if they've already dropped the details on it, but that seems pretty cool. And then it's World's Edge that's getting. I don't know if it's like new POIs or like a completely like different remake, but that should be coming soon, I think.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. Um, I will say the last time I got Apex, I don't know if this is a W change. I don't know when they did this, but they made it like more like other BRs kind of or other games in like Overwatch where you can just buy anything at any time now. Like before, like I thought you have to like used to wait for stuff to be in the store, which there is still daily offers in the store, or whatever. But like now, I can go to any skin or any gun skin in the game at any time, add the gold, and buy the specific one I want. As long as it's not like event or a limited one, I can buy any of the skins I want at any time now, which is super cool. Like obviously, you can still pull them for free from crates, so you can buy crates, pull them randomly. And like I said, the store still has like rotating items still, but like for a majority of them got updated. Like I actually got on and got some cool skins for some guns that I just when I signed up for EA on my PlayStation, I still had EA points from EA Play and stuff like that. So I just put them onto Apex because I had some free credits, and then I bought some gun skins that I didn't have on the game, but it was super cool because like I said, I before like you couldn't do that in Apex, or at least from my knowledge, I don't remember being able to just like pull up the R99 and then I could see all the legendaries, but like there was no way to like actually like purchase them or the one I wanted. Like I either had to wait to pull it from a crate or wait for it to be in the shop or it was an event thing. But now you can like literally buy like all of them with gold now, all at any time.
Yeah, before it was like super, super, super limited. Like it was like one or two maybe that you can just craft. And I'm pretty sure it was only during the actual event. And now you can like go back and get them all except for I'm pretty sure like mythics, which are like the Gundam one or the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cyberpunk ones. Like if those you gotta be there. Those are definitely FOMO. But yeah, I think all the past event stuff you can get, and then they'll regularly rotate those packs. Like there's a separate section just for like event packs for that too.
Yeah, which I think is cool. I think the store should be filled with like limited like. I think the store should make you wait for like the cool like events like either like the Halloween skin comes back out of nowhere or like a Christmas skin comes back out of nowhere, or like after a while like the Gundam ones will randomly be like in the store. Like I think like limited event stuff should be rotated in the store, and I think the basic like legendaries and regular like default mythics I guess should be able to be purchased like whenever, which is a cool way to balance a store and a game like that. Like that's super cool. As I said, I think Overwatch is like the first game, or like other Overwatch was like the first game I experienced that where I can buy like pretty much any legendary skin that's like a default one, and then some of the cosmetic ones that are like tied to events or like collabs. Obviously, you can't get unless it's in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them doing that for the mythic ones or like for like way back when. They had a collab with Market, which is like an LA brand,
Yeah.
like streetwear. Uh, they haven't brought that shit back. So
Yeah, I agree. I don't think some should come back. I think I just think either way the change is kind of cool that a majority of them are being able to be purchased now,
yeah,
especially for people who like get into the game. Like I know for like a good example for a while was like the game got popular after the like I mean it's not really like a One Piece collab, but the Octane Luffy skin was kind of like everyone knew that's Luffy.
yeah,
Like
all like the anime ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
and now like the Luffy one is kind of purchasable. Like it's all done, so it's kind of cool. There was like some skins that people really wanted to get into, or like for like Wraith example, like I for a while I had like the rare Devoid Shield Wraith one, where she looks like a Destiny Hunter kind of like she has like the all white suit with like the purple masked helmet or
oh
whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Kind of looks like the Daft Punk helmet. Yeah, like that was like a sought out like race skin for like a really long time, and people who just didn't play that event like didn't get that skin, and that was like an early event. Like that was like fucking like season 3 of
Yeah.
Apex, like real early. Like so it was actually like a flex for me to have that. Now you could just buy it whenever, but still, I think it's cool that some stuff is came back to buy. Um, Obviously, I feel like it sucks for the people who like it was rare. I mean, this is kind of like the John Wick skin on Fortnite all over again. Like people were flexing because they had that, and then they just re-released it out of nowhere, and it kind of like pissed everyone off. But I think it's fair game. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I really don't get like the like exclusivity part of it, unless it's like something crazy like the Travis Scott skin. You know what I mean? Where it's like shit outside of the game influences like why it doesn't come back. That's a flex to me, but just because it hasn't like been in the rotation for a while, for me is like it's whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we stand for our content wise. It's cool that you're still playing Apex. Why didn't you record like the Easter egg for channel? You just been like using it as a chance to just play with the boys.
Yeah, pretty much, and it's kind of like spontaneous, I guess, because we gotta schedule out with compa with Tony because of his baby. So it's like if he has time, we will go ahead and do it, and then there's like sometimes where it's like he only has like an hour. Can we really finish it in an hour, kind of thing? So
Ah, okay. I feel yeah. Like I said, I remember you mentioned earlier in the pod that you were, using it as an opportunity to just play for fun without having to feel like recording. So I guess that's also true. I shouldn't have. That was kind of a weird question to ask.
nah, yeah, it's just more of like a scheduling like kind of thing.
Yeah. Um. Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like we could probably wrap it up here. That's been a while. We got you guys for a while. I don't really got much more to talk about. We kind of updated you guys on some, real life stuff. We talked about some movies. We talked about our channels and gaming and stuff like that. What we've been playing. Um, we did, reiterate the how we felt about. Well, actually, no, we didn't. I guess we could do that real quick. Now that it's been out for a while, like, what would you grade the port, like the release of Black Ops 2, like after playing it? Like, how does it like feel to you? Is it more like a nostalgic thing where like it doesn't feel like the best, or is it like it feels good enough to like enjoy, but like something you don't think you could see yourself grinding on? Like, what's the general like assumption that you have for it, like a general opinion you have
I
at
mean,
this
I've
point?
never been a grinder for yeah, I've never been a grinder for uh like the camos and stuff. I know the boys want to grind out their their camos. I know Edwin or Artsy, he's doing like his snipers and stuff. Um, pretty sure he's already like prestige and has like two of them that he's already got like everything on it. I'm not like a big fan of that, but it might just be because I've never or haven't played it in a while, but it feels the same to me. Definitely a little bit more annoying to get into a lobby sometimes, or not like into like an actual like multiplayer or like a zombies lobby, but like connecting with people. I don't think there was like that much trouble back then. I could be tripping. Like I said, it's just been so long. But
Nah, you're right.
aside from that, I feel like it's pretty like 1-to-1.
Yeah, I think when I first, like, I'll give my opinions now. Um, I think I'm like you. I don't. Not that I don't. Not that I don't like multiplayer. Like I said, I don't know if I have the urge to grind like them. Like Edwin, like you said, I have seen them. I've been stopped by streamers. He's been playing like a lot of free for all, going for like trick shots and stuff with the snipers. It's
Yeah,
cool. Like I said, I think for me, um, I think one, I only got it because the price point for. I luckily had PSN still, and going from $40 to $20, big difference. I mean, $20 saved. Like for me, it was easy. Like $20 my favorite game ever, or one of my favorite games ever. It just makes sense. Might as well just drop the 20, pick it up. I think for me, I don't have a problem with the port at all. I agree with you. I covered this. The matchmaking thing in the beginning was bad. It still kind of is bad. I think there was quite a bit of problems with the port. Like if you had the $10 season pass or battle pass, it obviously gave you all the maps. And for a while, there was like a separate playlist. Like so, you could only join lobbies with people who had the pass, and then people who didn't have the pass, they couldn't play together, which means that it split half of the PS5 community in half. Took that away, more matches now. And like you said, the biggest problem with matchmaking and why it was a hassle is you couldn't connect to matches like late. Like if a match was already ongoing and it wasn't filled, it wasn't letting people join those. Like when we played back in the day, like you could join into a match that was already ongoing, like the score could be like 10-10, 20-20, whatever. It could be like a TDM halfway over, but it would still put you in the lobby if people were missing. So then by the time that game's over, the next one, you're in a full lobby. Um, so I think with the PS5 ports, they had a problem connectivity wise. Um, that's fine. And then I think, um, as far as like you said, I'll go more into the gameplay. Like it feels the same. It was a little awkward, like playing that game on a PS5 controller at first. Um, but uh, yeah, other than that, like gameplay feels the same. I feel like if you haven't played an old Call of Duty in a while, you're not gonna be used to the FOV and or obviously the recoil. Like your aim is probably gonna look like shit when you first play the game. Because the recoil and the aim assist is just not so strong. It's more raw input, so you actually like have to aim. Sorry for that, control players. Some of you just kind of heavily rely on aim assist too much. So when you play a game like this that doesn't have aim assist, you're just gonna look like shit. But other than that, feels good. Plays the same. Lobbies got updated. Lobbies were like the biggest problem. And then like I said, I think for me as a personal thing, I don't know how much I'll grind it. I'm like you. It is very much a nostalgia thing for me at this point now. Like I just pick it up when I'm not playing another game that's, newer or something that I'm into more now. Um, but it is crazy that the amount of people playing that game is insane. The amount of people streaming that game is insane. Um, I want to bring this up too. Um, Before we end, you could probably agree on this too, maybe. Between this game and Assassin's Creed that got remade, it's funny how classic games that are good have over 500k active players and are climbing, the player base, and then new games just can't struggle to stay alive. And I think hopefully this opens their eyes that people still just enjoy like basic shit. Like Black Ops 2 is a very vanilla game. Like there's 10 perks, pick 10, only a few attachments, slow ass gameplay, casual lobbies. There is no omni movement. Edit my class in the middle of the game, have 20 attachments, no slide canceling, wall jumping, none of that full battle pass season shit. Like hopefully people realize that people still like simple things. Like Assassin's Creed 3 is or Assassin's Creed Black Flags is a very simple game. They got remade with like some newer graphics and some new storylines, and it has more players than the last three Assassin's Creeds that came out. Period.
Yeah, I agree. Feel like I've mentioned it before, where it's like I think nowadays companies are just so focused on like pushing the boundaries, or not boundaries, but the limits of the tech that we have, and trying to make things like super hyper realistic and like the best graphics and all that. But sometimes you just need something simple, and it works. And it works because it's fun. You know what I mean? It's more focused on actual gameplay and like how the player feels. Uh, there's more consideration towards the actual longevity of it in terms of okay, I'm done with the game, but I can see myself playing through the story again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, how many people were on like BO2? Uh, like the first week,
Somewhere
it
in the
was like
fucking millions, yeah.
yeah, like absolutely insane for a game that was like before some people's generations that are playing the newer CODs now.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said, I think that games. Honestly, I hope this just opens the door for some of these companies to just take advantage, re-release your game, like report, like don't like. I think BO2 just proved that, or even Assassin's Creed Black Flag, they proved that ports can exist in this current game thing. I think a lot of these older games were scared to port their games because they were scared they're not going to profit. If you have an IP that can be ported well, it will probably sell. Like I guarantee you, if your game was popular, this could open the door for so many other games. Like a lot of games that we miss could re-release. Like if you have enough money to fund your project, this could bring back so many good games. Like we could probably see like a Garden Warfare like Garden Warfare this last like a few months ago we were talking about it, the Jinxie effect. Like he got so many people to play that game. So many people were asking for Garden Warfare 2. If you EA could invest the money in a game like that to do what Black Ops 2 did with just new protected servers, the game would flourish. A game like Gotham City Imposters, a game like Paladins, a game like any of these games that can afford to do it would work if this opens the door to so many new opportunities for these old games to do this that it can happen, but it just has to be done right. And I think that's the perfect thing that can happen to the game, and hopefully it encourages more games to do it.
Yeah, and like a port at the bare minimum. Like remastering would be cool too, but yeah, the port at the bare minimum would still work.
Yeah, I mean we're proving it right here with Black Ops 2, and I think the biggest thing about Black Ops 2 thing I think too is that like Call of Duty in their eyes, um, have always said the last few years like they can't take away skill based matchmaking because the community would hate it. Black Ops 2, millions of players. I have not got on any form of social media or YouTube video where people are complaining about skill based matchmaking. Like no, no, I just think that's like a fluke thing. Like no, I don't know who is like caring about that. Like who cares about skill level being related to who I'm playing? Like it's a public match. It's a non-ranked game mode. Why would I care if the opponent I'm playing is good or bad? Like it's a play game go next type of thing. Like one game I might be the best player in the lobby. The next game another dude might drop like 40 kills and have a good game, and then you go next. Like you just either back out the lobby or play another game mode or something else. Like it just proves that like we don't need these overcomplicated systems. We don't need skill based matchmaking. We don't need, like I said, like these in depth, like you said, pushing realistic like things. Like it could be done so smoothly if games just went back to like simpler things that people like.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, like I said, we were gonna end the podcast, so we're gonna end it now this time for real. I want to talk about that because we talked about it in the beginning. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys stay tuned to each of our stuff in the description below. Um, like Shinobi said, he hasn't did a video yet. That doesn't mean he's not doing videos. I haven't streamed or did a video yet. We have some stuff coming out soon. It's gonna take time. We're both just a little busy. At the end of the day, it's a hobby for us. We're coming together to give you guys the podcast in between our own content, so you guys still have something to keep up with us. I do really want to shout out the people who have been watching the videos. The videos slowly have been climbing in views and subscribers, which is kind of cool. um I think if it was a little nerve wracking uploading it at first on this channel because this is a brand new channel, as word to mine, each of the videos got like 50 to 30 plus views because my channel was already established. But I think growing this one was the right move. We are invested in making episodes for you guys, and we will try to continue to have themes for you guys going forward. Um, or we will just, do things like this. I think this is a good opportunity for us to just yap and, talk about things that are going on outside of like what we're playing or what we're doing, and also talking about that kind of stuff too. But other than that, I'm gonna let Shinobi do his outro, and then I will do mine, and we will go ahead and hop out of here.
Yep, just appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know what your favorite Nolan film is, because I got a sleeper for y'all. The Prestige. Highly recommend it. Batman and Wolverine are in it. Enough said. Go watch it.
That's actually a decent one as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and drop your guys' favorite Nolan film in the description or in the link or what's in the comments below, and I will go ahead and remind you guys to check out the links in the description below, and then make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. If you guys could go ahead and share this video, that'll also be appreciated. It has been your boy Drift. Like I said, all my links are in the description below. I will be going live soon, playing a variety of games, and I do have a YouTube video coming out here soon on some Cyclops gameplay from Marvel Rivals. So hopefully you guys enjoy all that. We will see you guys in the next pod. Peace.